my story for my Katha, SHARADA SAMPATHKUMAR, a storyteller. Once upon a time, there lived a man, a washerman, okay, with his donkey. This washerman did a lot of work. He had loads and loads of clothes to be washed, and this donkey used to be his dearest friend. And both of them used to go from their home to the ghat, Dhobi ghat, and wash all the clothes, and all these heavily soiled clothes the washerman would wash with his full energy and strength, and then take this load and put it back on the donkey's back, just like any other washerman would do. And they would come back home happily having conversations, chatting. So this washerman, you see, he was a lonely person. He was alone. So the donkey was the only friend whom he had as a confidant. He could talk anything under the sky to this donkey, right? And he had so much fun talking to this donkey and having conversations about his thoughts and what he didn't like, what he liked, etc. Okay? So one day, the washerman and the donkey were walking back home after a very long bout of work at the Dhobi ghat, and they decided to take rest near a school building under a tree. So he tied the donkey with its load to a tree, and he just lay down under the tree. And just a little distance away, a few meters away from this tree, was a school. And this man could hear the noises of all the children, murmuring and chatting and shouting, and the teachers teaching across the various classrooms and all that. Okay? So, suddenly he heard one distinct voice from the nearest classroom. What was it, It was a teacher. And this teacher was telling something in the class. So this was it. You all brats, I'm trying so hard to change all you donkeys into good human beings, but you are never listening to me. So these were the words of that teacher. And our man, the washerman, he heard this and he was so thrilled. This teacher could change donkeys into human beings. Wow! Yes! So exciting, right? So he was waiting for the class to get over. Okay, I will not move from here until I meet this teacher. Because right, he had his best friend as the donkey. And the donkey also served as a confidant, a conversation starter, or a dearest friend to this washerman. So he started dreaming, what if this donkey could change into a human? Lovely, isn't it? So he was waiting for the class to get over, and the bell rang, and all the students started going away, going back home after the school bell rang. Okay? Now, he quickly went to this classroom where he had heard the teacher talking, and he immediately went to the teacher and said, I heard you talking that you could change donkeys into human beings, right? So I have my donkey, and I would love it if you could help me change him into a human being. I'm a loner. I don't have anybody with me. So just imagine if you could convert my donkey into a human being, how lovely it would be. I would have so much fun. He would turn into a human being and support me and live with me and stay in my home and help me and have chats with me, cook with me. So this teacher now understood how this person was, the washerman was. This washerman was a hardcore simpleton. He was not a clever person or a smart person. He was a very innocent and a simple person, a simpleton who didn't know anything about the world. Okay. So this was a great opportunity for the teacher. So he decided that yes, so you want me to change your donkey into a human? Not a bad idea. Okay, give me some time. So what you have to do is leave the donkey with me for 6 months. And my charges for converting this donkey into a human is 1,000 rupees. The washerman was so excited. He was so thrilled. So he immediately rushed home and brought 1,000 rupees and handed it over to this teacher. And for 6 months, he had to let go of the donkey, right? So he agreed to it and he went back home. So after 6 months, it was time to go and see the status of his donkey. So the washerman went straight to the house of this teacher. And he said, yes, now it is time. I have to take back my donkey who you said you would convert him into a human being. But this teacher was a very clever person. He had been using this donkey all these months, okay? So he did not want to let go of this comfort, right? So he was so keen that he would not give away the donkey. So he said, no, see what happened, you go to the nearest village. Okay, now your donkey was converted into the headman of that nearest village. So you can go and talk to him about this issue. So quickly this simpleton, this washerman, rushed to the nearby village, and there the headman of that village was sitting under this big panchayat crowd, and under that tree, in villages they have this system of having panchayats or courts, village courts, under a beautiful tree amidst the breeze, right? So this headman was sitting under the tree, and all his assistants and the people of the village were all sitting around. This man marched straight to the headman. He pulled the shirt collar and he shook him up and said, enough, now it is time for you to come home. You are mine. This headman was puzzled. Everybody else, they were all shocked. Now what was happening? Then the headman said, okay, man, I understand you have a problem. Now he realized that this washerman was a simpleton, a very innocent person. So he was very calm in handling this, and he had a conversation with the washerman. He said, okay, listen, I understand. Now what was the problem? What is the problem you are facing? So this simpleton, this washerman narrated this entire episode of what had happened. And he said, yes, now the teacher directed me to come to you because he claimed that you were my donkey. So he understood that the washerman had been outwitted. So he said, do one thing, go to the sage who lives in this nearby forest just beside this village. He will explain to you. So again this washerman marched to the saint who was doing deep penance. And he pulled the saint's beard and He said, "Now come on, enough is enough. You better get back home to help me." And the saint also now realized that this poor innocent man had been outwitted, and he properly sat and explained to him about what had happened. And then the man realized his mistake and went back to the teacher along with the sage to get back his donkey. So that is the end of the story. Thank you, Meera, Bharat, and my Katha viewers. Hope you enjoy listening to my story. This is also a story taken from the stories of Sudha Murthy. Bye-bye.